So it has been a long time since I don't stream, so I'm going to stream, and I've been studying the EVM off stream. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna train Vim first, and then I'm gonna see how this thing works here, because from the articles I was reading, it seems like it's a pretty good tool to understand the OP codes. So I'm gonna try to use it to see if I get better at understanding these OP codes here from the EVM, and that's the goal today. I'm very tired as well, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna stay here for a long time. I think I'm gonna open the Italian stuff. Now back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is expected and I'm feeling that demand. Lost edge, broad day gunning. That ain't no earthquake, it's just Drake coming. If this shit ain't played, the party ain't bumping. If I don't show up, the hoes ain't fucking. Real talk. Cali sunshine, come visit. Just don't stop at stop signs with bullet holes in it. All-Star League, you riding benches. I haven't been doing the Italian stuff outside of stream, because there's so much stuff to learn, but I think it's fine. I'm not in a rush to learn it anyway. As long as I keep doing and don't quit, I'm eventually gonna learn. So it doesn't matter that much. Increase the volume. And I think what I'm gonna try to do today is finish these 3 remaining levels here. I've been doing some refactoring in code, and I'm pretty satisfied with what I learned so far. I think that at least I can do the basic stuff already, but I'm not sure if all of these are enough. It's definitely enough to be able to navigate and stuff like that, but I don't feel like it's still very intuitive for me yet. And there might be different commands that are also helpful. One, the command that I've been missing the most, and I'm not sure if this command exists, but is the ability to highlight something and highlight the same word that was highlighted on the same that the shortcode is Ctrl D on VS Code, but since I can't use Ctrl D now that I'm using Vim, I miss that command a lot. So for example, you highlight file, then you press Ctrl D and highlights the second one. But with Vim, I'm not sure how it doesn't work when I try to do that. So that's the one that I think I'm gonna try to learn it, but everything else seems pretty it seems like I learned everything that I need actually to learn it. So I think after I finish those 3 levels, I'm gonna go back and then do a bunch of repetitions from the beginning ones, but I'm gonna mainly focus on the last ones, which were the ones that I went a little bit faster. I think I'm gonna try to spend as much time as I can in one day on them. Maybe even today, but probably next time that I stream. And then after I'm done with that, then I'm gonna move on to the terminal commands and VS Code and PyCharm.
Io,
Io,
I,
il suo,
il suo,
his,
che,
that,
lui,
lui,
he,
era,
era,
she was,
per,
per,
for,
su,
su,
on,
come,
come,
as, like,
con,
con,
with,
loro,
loro,
they,
essere,
essere,
to be,
a,
a,
at,
uno,
uno,
one,
avere,
avere,
to have,
questo,
questo,
this,
da,
da,
from,
di,
Di.
By.
caldo,
Caldo.
Hot.
parola,
Parola.
Word.
ma,
Ma.
But.
cosa,
Cosa.
What.
alcuni,
Alcuni.
Some.
è,
Is.
quello,
Quello.
That.
voi,
Voi.
You. Place.
o,
O.
Or.
aveva,
Aveva.
Had.
il,
Il.
The.
di,
Di.
Of.
a,
A.
To.
e,
E.
And.
un,
Un.
A.
in,
In.
In.
noi,
Noi.
We.
lattina,
Latina.
Can. Of soda.
fuori,
Fuori.
Out.
altro,
Altro.
Other.
erano,
Erano.
Were.
che, quale,
Che. Quale.
Which.
fare,
Fare.
To do. Make.
loro,
Loro.
There.
tempo,
Tempo.
Time.
se,
Se.
If.
volontà,
Volontà.
Will.
come,
Come.
How.
detto,
Detto.
Said.
un,
Un.
An.
ogni,
Ogni.
Each.
dire,
Dire.
Tell.
The other thing that I discovered that I think is gonna help me a lot was I built a simple web scraper and then text to speech to listen to what I was reading as I was reading. But it was kind of shitty, and then I was thinking about making a lot of improvements. But then I realized that this is a common problem, and someone else probably already thought about this. So I researched it, and then I found this super useful extension, Natural Reader Text to Speech. And I think this is gonna help me a lot. It's not as good as reading out loud because it's harder to stay focused, but it's a lot. There's the trade-off. If I read out loud, I focus more, but then I get tired more frequently, which makes me want to stop reading. But if I don't read it out loud, I can my mind deviates. I start traveling in ideas, and then I lose focus too frequently. And I think this is a nice thing between because, and I think it was also scientifically proven, if I'm not mistaken, that if you activate two senses at the same time, if you read and then you also listen, it increases how much you learn. So, and this is really, this was the best one
An
that I
Ethereum
found.
virtual machine opcodes interactive reference. Instructions great.
So it pretty much uses text to speech to read, and then it automatically highlights the words and goes on. So I think I'm gonna use this a lot now, and I'm probably gonna spend a lot more time reading stuff as well because of this. Yeah, but now let me start this stuff here.
I'm right chip boss, man. I got this, yeah. Can't be touched, can't be stopped, can't be moved, can't be rocked, can't be shook. We hot. When will you niggas learn? Came to get crunk, came to bring life, came to get fame and all the pussy that come with it. So full of focus, I'm insisting on keeping it going. The franchise, I exist in a league of my own. Expect attention, I'm familiar with being ignored. The true back, plated locking and closing the door. Brick wall in the road, I won't move. The king, I'm like Roy in the ring. I can't.
This is the one that I'm not really sure how to use it in practice. It seems really useful, but I don't know how it works with it all.
You will not win, cause I will not lose. Can't be touched, can't be stopped, can't be moved, can't be rocked, can't be shook. We hot. When will you niggas learn? Came to get crunk, came to bring life, came to get started, came to get right. Turned down the music, turned up my mic. When will you niggas learn?
I'm finna do my thing. It's crazy in the club when I'm in there, man. Trust me, homie, I'm not playing. I had a dance floor off the chain. I said, get up. I came to bring you that California love and a little New York hate. It's all of the above. I'm not playing. I'm saying I'm off the chain. You niggas better follow instructions. I say, get up. I bow to I fall. I stunt till I drop. I'm off the showroom floor, not the used car lot. You buy a bottle, I buy the bar. I make any other week.
This one is really annoying, actually. And it's not really useful to me now because I'm using VS Code and not Vim.
She like the way I talk. She from the country, think she like me cause I'm from New York. I ain't that nigga tryna holler cause I want some head. I'm that nigga tryna holler cause I want some bread. I could care less how she perform when she in the bed. Bitches that track, catch a date and come and pay the kid. Look baby, this is simple, you can't see. You fucking with me, you fucking with a P-I-M-P.
Whatever you see, through all the rain and the pain, you gotta keep your sense of humor.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, what's my name? DMX and I be the best. You see the rap, they looking like they need a rest. One more time, I'ma spit at you some hits that's gonna get at you and be messing with your mind. Stop talking quick.
I think this one is probably this one.
Here we go again. How many times do I have to tell you rap cats?
What's the other one?
You still acting up. Running around here like some brand new chickens that's about to get plucked. Game, don't stop. I'm still getting down for whatever, whenever. That's why this joint is hot. Can't keep it real. Now, some of us do, but most of us don't. That's just how motherfuckers was just like you. I had to hustle hard, never give up until I made it. Now y'all saying that's a clever nigga, nothing to play with. Hate on me, I blew, but I'm the same OG. People warn me, when you on top, there's envy. Took my niggas out the hood, but you doubt on us. Saying we left the hood, but can't get it out of us. My bad, should I step on my shoes, give them to you? Here's my cars in my house, you can live in that too. Criticize when I flow for the street, hate my dress code. Gucci this, Fendi that, what you expect, ho? Nickname Esco, took this game to its threshold. Best flow, I bet the whole US know. Try to make it like you the realest, but who the illest? Think we all know the answer to that, cause niggas feel us, right? Nick T.
Ups from the honeys, pound from the rough neck. See my man say that I knew from the project. Said he had beef, asked me if I had my piece. Sure do, 222s in my shoes. Holla if you need me, love, I'm in the house. Roam and stroom, see what the honeys is about. Moet poppin', ho hoppin', ain't no stoppin'. Big Papa, I'm a bad boy. Niggas wanna front, who got your back? Niggas wanna flex, who got the gat? It ain't hard to tell, I'm the East Coast overdoser. Nigga, you're scared, you're supposed to. Nigga, I toast you. Put fear in your heart. Fuck up the party before it even start. Is he drunk? Off a Henny and skunk? On some brand Nubian shit, beating down punk?
It's pretty hard for me to remember these ones. I'm not sure what the logic is between them. That one.
To play this game, nigga hating on me cause I'm doing my own thing. I ain't Lloyd Banks, bitch, I don't share your brain. I was in the fast lane before the G on the chain. You was hating on Jock cause him and Herb went pop. Now your ass run around singing the candy shop. After West Side Story, I took your fans. I seen it for myself, that bitch Olivia's the man. I got word from the wise, nigga you dead wrong. Stole the real 50's name and wouldn't pay for his headstone. Nigga got mad when how we do start climbing. Acting like a bitch cause he got rich and stopped trying. Got niggas locked up, you a snitch in Queens. Told him touch shot, park the ratted out supreme. But on the wrist there, I'm talking about you and me. Toe to toe, 5-O-C-E-N-T. Faggot Banks is a bitch, 50 is a bitch, Yayo is a bitch, Buck is a bitch, Olivia is a bitch, Devil exclusive. Olivia is a man, goddamn.
I'm mad at you over stupid shit. There's people who ain't have shit to do with it, like who they does. You see me standing outside of your building, screaming puppy is good, but Slim Shady is for the children. I look at my life in a new light. Yeah, give me 2 mics, I write songs for me. What you like? You probably hear me rap half-hearted, cause I don't like rap anyway. I'm just trying to get my porno career started. Every place and event, been there, done that. Dre snuck me in his suitcase when he wins. Want a deal? Study these 5 chapters. Lesson 1, throw demos as hard as you can. Sign rappers. Lesson 2, face them and diss them. Don't give them a demo. Kidnap them and make them come to your basement and listen. Lesson 3, get a job at a label. Switch demos with cannabis and put yours on the owner's table. Lesson 4, know you heard this before. Hey, let me get your number. I'll call you tomorrow for sure. Don't act like a fan. You wanna get signed? Get the whitest thing in orange you can find. Pull them aside, rap as whack as you can.
The S comes later.
Dress up like ICP and have them come see you perform live. And that's the key. But when you see me on the street, I ain't giving you ifs. Don't even bother asking me. Toilet water splashes me right in the ass when I'm spitting, cause I'm always shitting when I'm rapping like Master P. Got a blow job from Paula Jones. Stuck it so far in the mouth, my paw broke both of the collarbones. Told Maya this was all about Mia. And gave a list of Milano, sipping and smiling with gonorrhea.
Look here, little nigga. Most of these niggas be bitches too, but you don't never hear that side of the story. So, we finna do this shit like this. It's like I tell my niggas, keep your eyes on these bitches. They love to G a nigga, young, dumb, and getting riches. What the fuck you think a trick is, nigga? Nigga that's thinking with his dick and then get tricked out all his riches by. Bitch, I'm here to school you to the rules of the game, it'll cost ya. Think you want it hostess cause she let a nigga toss her. It's like a motherfucking privilege. She don't give up free conversation, get that bitch on 7 digits. If she call ya, that's that little tramp, what's up? And if she hesitate, nigga hang up, word up. And let that bitch meditate to the downtown. And call me when you're ready to bone in the zone. I'm motherfucking Max tonight.
turn this shit up. DPGC, my nigga, turn that shit up. CPT, LBC, yeah, we hooking back up. And when they bang this in the club, baby, you got to get up. Thug niggas, drug dealers, yeah, they giving it up. Low life, yo life, boy, we living it up. Taking chances while we dancing in the party for show. Slip my hoe a 44 when she got in the back door. Bitches looking at me strange, but you know I don't care. Step up in this motherfucker just to swing in my hair. Bitch, quit talking, quit walk if you down with the sick. Take a bullet with some dick and take this dope on this jet. Out of town, put it down for the father of rap. And if your ass get cracked, bitch, shut your trap. Come back, get back, that's the part of success. If you believe in the X, you'll be relieving your stress.
Fuck.
I know you gonna dig this.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Yo. Okay, yo. I like you. You're like a tiger.
Yes, I grew up on a dole in a single parent family. Been through a little bit of tragedy. Yes, I was around drugs and violence before the day that I started secondary. That's part of it, not half of it. Get the picture, the rest ain't necessary. Growing up, got a little caught up. That ain't even half of my life. Also given the knowledge of self, that is all we actually need to survive. If you saw me, age 9, reading Malcolm, just fine. Teachers still treated me stupid. Students that couldn't speak English, they put me in groups with. The irony is, some of the first man to give me schooling, you were called youngsters. I already explained that we know what the truth is. They used to say don't be like me. Yeah, I got a name and dough on the street. Nighttime comes, I can't sleep. It's the part that rappers don't speak. We don't hit the road cause we're thugs. Don't come out the room, wanna sell drugs. If we got the right guidance and love, would we fight people just like us? How could I knock the hustle to get by? How do you think I ate as a child? Judge no one, done many things wrong. Just don't boast about it in songs, but listen to my older bars. I was just as confused as you probably are, but you grow when you learn. Travel and cut, one too many man, you know, get caught up. One too many man that could have been doctors, end up spending the whole life boxed up. You learn if you study, so set out just to make them money. No cover, it's all about getting poor people to fight with one another. So it's logical that us killing our brothers, dissing our mothers is right in line with the dominant philosophy of our time. But time is a cycle, not a line. Comes back around, you regain your mind. You be ready for the energy I challenge in my rhyme. Remedy the pedigree, the jeopardy of mind. When the world's this leverage is a crime. We can all fight with our brothers over crumbs. Harder to fight the one who makes guns. We can all talk get $2. Harder to be the one who seeks knowledge. If we understood economics with no money's nothing, think nothing of it. Money is a means to get wealth, not the wealth itself. And don't get confused, far from broke. All that you see me do I own, but I won't hang what I make around.
Never know when she put the percentage sign on this one. Yeah.
And property far from starving. I eat quite properly and I don't care. Just said it for the kids who need to know you're not broke to listen. Don't know an asset from a liability that never been shown.
That's the only reason I'm still in this level. Trying to understand which one is which, because they are all so similar as well.
Giving up the culture for everyone's profit. Who runs Bollywood? Indian people. Who runs our So we shake our ass and dance as if racism just upped and vanished. But has it? No, it's right on course. You're beaten so bad you're trained to ignore. Let me not just make sweeping statements. Give me a second, I'll explain it. For small amounts of drug possession, there's more black people in jail in America than there is for rape and armed robbery and murder all put together. You can say they're just locking up thugs. Imagine they're in prison every middle class kid that had ever held drugs. Oh, that's right, that'd be your kids. Bigger than that, what is going on with this? Prison in America's private business. They get paid 50k per year per inmate by the state. Just wait, also legally are allowed to use their prison inmates as slaves. Cheap slave labor, big corporations, they come out of jail when they can't get a job. So when we celebrate going to jail, we are literally celebrating enslavement. Add to that, the hood that you live in. Engineered social condition that breeds crime by design. Where do you think you get your... And you can say that they're just black, but I like to deal with facts. In the 1920s, you would have found in America black towns, prospering centers of economics to education to make you proud. But some people couldn't bear that the former slaves would not just slide down to the KKK and other hate groups. Burn those towns to the ground, killing hundreds if it ain't understood. You think you were always living in the hood? It's only been 60 years since the hung blacks and burn them, and that was so cool. They were your baskets, picnic baskets, even gave kids the day off school. Go see a lynching, have a picnic, it's fun to watch the little monkeys die. And people act a little dysfunctional. You wanna pretend that you don't know why. If your colour means you can be killed and you're powerless to get justice about it, is it difficult to figure out how you would then end up feeling about it? And that ain't excuses, just dealing with the roots of abuses that make a reality where a generation of young men speak of ourselves as dirt casually. That's America. America, this Britain. Something similar, some different. In this country, the first enslaved with the working class. What's changed? Worse jobs, worse conditions, most tax. Look where you live and yet you go to the pub. Friday night you will fight with a guy, don't know what for, won't fight with a guy. Suit and a tie who send your kids to die in a war. They don't send the kids to the rich or the politician, it's your kids. The poor British, get the same to go and die in a foreign land. For these wars that you don't understand. Yeah, they say you are British, and that lovely patriotism they feed you. But in reality you have more in common with immigrants than with your leaders. I know, both sides of my family, black and white, a fed ghetto mentality, reality in this system. Poor people are dirt regardless of shade. But with that said, let's not pretend that everything is the same. When our grandparents came here to Britain, if you had a criminal record you couldn't get in. That ain't protected from all of the stupid abuses they will be living. Kicked in the teeth, stabbed in the street, many times firebombed our houses, put feces through our letterbox, and of course the cops did so much about it. Daily, up to the 80s, people spitting in my palm cause I was a baby. But of course, that has had no effect on why today we are crazy. And none of this was for any good reason. They were just dark and grieving to ease the guilt now for all of this treatment. Constant stereotypes are needed. So if I celebrate how big that my bricks that I'm flipping, clips that I'm sticking, chicks that I'm hitting, I'm playing my position. But if I teach a kid to be a mathematician, messing with the schism, how they gonna fill a prison when materialism is no longer our religion? What do you think we got now in Britain? Just like America, private prison, prison for profit. That mean when your kids go jail, people make money off it. So keep environments that breed crime, build more jails at the same time. Market badness to the kids in the rhymes. Long as rich kids ain't dying, it's fine. Get them to the point where some are so lost they actually believe if they don't celebrate killing themselves off. That it's because they're soft. Was Malcolm soft? Was Marley soft? Tell me, was Marcus Garvey soft? Well, was Muhammad Ali soft? Nah, I think not, but they want us to think that the road is cool. Being on road is all we could do. We don't control the wholesale production, so who benefits from us moving the food? Or thinking there's no way out of road life, but Malcolm X used to hustle on the roadside. And Marcus Garvey organised more than 6 million people with no Facebook or Twitter. Why is it something you can't eat? One of my own homeboys did a 10 straight in the boxing yard. Now what's he doing? Passing his doctorate. Don't tell me that it's too hard. Who trained you to believe you're inferior? Songbo Evedo in Nigeria are the remains of an ancient moat dug 1,000 years ago. 20 meters wide, 70 down. Round the remains of an ancient town that's 400 square miles around. 400 square miles around. Please don't believe me. It was a documentary on BBC, but we ain't studying history. Too busy watching MTV. And MTV said, wear platinum. Now everybody wanna go and wear platinum. And MTV said, pop magnums. Now everybody wanna go and pop magnum. If MTV said, drink prune juice, you will start hearing that in tune soon. Hey, today I wore my Cartier. Is it now more important what I got to say? Oh, and I drive a Mercedes, by the way, so everybody listen to what I got to say. Does that make you all happy? But my head's still nappy. Think for myself, so some mad at me. But on the mic, ain't not one bad as me. All of this here's good for the rhymes. Put us in the same place at the same time, and it's clear to everybody I'm out of my mind. Some of these guys are running out of their rhymes. Clear to everybody that has got ears. I'm the guy that they just might fear, that they wanna get near, but they can't have a peer all day. I'm hard liquor, you just like beer. Front on the kid for another 5 years. Come to my shows and some criteria mean that much to them. It's a movement. I don't speak for myself, but a unit. Black, white, man, woman, anyone who respects truth we put in. Dudes are like no dinner, we're just pudding. Yeah, you're sweet but no substance pudding. You can never ever be with a level on. Our songs get played out there in Lebanon. We speak for the people properly, not for the old fat guys in offices and the girls loving. Ain't fair, you can't even be bothered to comb his hair. Anyway, that's enough kissing my own ass. Back to the more important task of being so shower. I got half the hood screaming, knowledge is power. And I ain't saying that'll change rap back, but I do know this for a fact. Right now there's a you on your block with his hands on his face screwed up. So he don't care, don't give a that he won't let nobody call his bluff, but the words go in. Open your shack covers once that's happened, there is no going backwards. You start to see what is really happening. Who the enemy you should be attacking is. So read, stuck on the block, read, sitting in the box, read, don't let them say what you can achieve. Cause when people are enslaved, one of the first things they do is stop them reading. Cause it is well understood that intelligent people will take their freedom. Cause if we knew our power, we would understand we can't be held down. If we knew our power, we would not elevate not one of these clowns. If we knew our power, we wouldn't get arrogant when we get 2 pennies. If we knew our power, we would see what everybody sees, that we're rich already. But never mind, MCs go run for your mummy. I'm hungry, I run for my tummy. That's enough, back to worshipping money. I'm off, back to the study. Man!
That's probably wrong.
Relax and take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smoke. Throw you in a choke, gun smoke. Biggie smokes for mayor, the rap slayer, the hooker layer. Motherfucker, say your prayers. Hail Mary, full of grace. Smack the bitch in the face, take her Gucci bag and a North Face off her back. Jab her if she act funny with the money. Oh, you got me mistaken, honey. I don't wanna rape ya, I just want the paper, the visa, capisha. I'm out like the vapors. Who's the one you call Mr. Macho? The head honcho, swiftest like Kumacho. I got so much style, I should be down with the stylistic. Make up to break up, niggas need to wake up. Smell the Indonesia, beat you to a seizure. Then fuck your moms, hit the skins to amnesia. She don't remember shit, just the 2 hits. Her hitting the floor, and me hitting the clips. Sucking on the tits, had the hooker begging for the dick. And your moms ain't ugly, love, my dick got rocked quick. I guess I was a combination of House of Pain and Bobby Brown. I was humping around and jumping around. Jacked her, then I asked her who's the man. She said B.I.G. Then I bust in her E.Y.E. You're dead wrong. The weak of the strong, who got it going on? You're dead wrong. The weak of the strong, who got it going on? When I get dusted, I like to spread the blood like mustard. Trust it, the hardcore rain leaves you rusted. Move over, Lucifer, I'm more ruthless. Leave you toothless, you kip it, I flip it. Tears don't affect me, I hit them with the tech G. Disrespect me, my potency is deadly.
I think I'm gonna try to pass the thing already, because I don't care about the new comments on this one enough to... I think it's more important to go back to the previous ones and memorize them better.
Hardcore, I got it sucked like a pussy. Stab you to your gushy, so please don't push me. I'm using rubber so they won't trace the semen. The black demon got the little hooker screaming. Because you know I love it young, fresh and green, with no hair in between, know what I mean?
I have no idea what this one is. I guess this one. Probably wrong. This one I never know if it's MA or the apostrophe A.
Got a nigga wanting it so bad I'm about to pass out. Wanna dig you, and I can't even lie about it, baby. Just alleviate your clothes, time to fly about it. Catch you at a club, oh shit, you got me feeling. Body talking shit to me, but I can't comprehend the meaning. Now if you wanna roll with me, then here's your chance. Do an 80 on the freeway, police catch me if you can. Forgive me, I'm a rider, still I'm just a simple man. All I want is money, fuck the fame, I'm a simple man. Mr. International, player with the passport, just like a ladder, bitch. Get you anything you ask for, it's either him or me. Champagne, Hennessy, a favorite of my homies when we floss on our enemies. Witness as we creep to a low speed. Peep with a whole need. Pump some more weed, bump, you don't need. Approaching hoochies with a passion, been a long day. But I've been driven by attraction in a strong way. Your body is banging, baby. I love it when you're flown it. Time to give it to daddy, nigga. Now tell me how you want it. How do you want it? How did you feel? Coming up as a nigga in the cash game. Living in the cash game. I come to talking my fool or what? Positions on the floor, it's like erotic. Ironic, cause I'm somewhat psychotic. I'm hitting switches on bitches like
that was a typo.
Up and down like a roller coaster. I'm up beside you, I ain't quit until the show is over. Cause I'm a rider, in and out, it's like a robbery. I'll probably be a freak and let you get on top of me. Get the rockin' knees, nights full of Alizé. A living legend, you ain't heard about these niggas play these Cali days. See, Lawrence Tucker, use a motherfucker. Instead of trying to help a nigga, you destroy your brother. Worse than the others, Bill Clinton, Mr. Bob Dole. You're too old to understand the way the game's so. You're lame, so I gotta hit you with the hot facts. When some release, I'm making millions, niggas top that. They wanna sit to me, they'd rather see me in the cell. Living in hell, only a few of us are lit to tell. Now everybody talking about us, I could give a fuck. I be the first ones to bomb and cuss. Nigga, tell me how you want it. how to get a bulletproof. Because I from the roof before I was a teenager. Mobile phone, sky pager, game rules. I'm living major. My adversaries is looking rugged. They paranoid and people rugged. One of us gonna see the cemetery. My only hope is survive. If I was to stay alive, getting high, see the demons in my eyes. Before I die, I wanna live my life in ball, make a couple million, and then I'm chilling, fade them all. These taxes got me crossed up, and people trying to sue me. Media is in my business, and they acting like they know me. But I'ma mash out and peel out. I'm way quick, that's quick to whip the fucking steel out. Yeah, nigga, it's some new shit, so better get up on it. When you see me, tell a nigga how you want it. How do you want it? How do you want it?
I don't think I'm gonna spend a lot of time. I don't care about this stuff enough to stay on this level more.
Un día yo voy a ser presidente de la República de Colombia. Y bien, me gano la vida haciendo negocios, así que pues fresco, tranquilo. Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
A la mierda el cartel de Cali, a la mierda Judy Bucada, a la mierda los castaños. Vamos a demostrar a esos hijueputas con quién se están metiendo, porque nosotros aún somos el cartel de Medellín y esta noche vamos a tomar ese malparido Montecasinos.
Oh, so this is probably the one that I was talking about. The only problem is that it probably only, yeah, definitely only works for Vim.
You really don't want none from pockets. I be strapped with a Glock and throw things like I'm born to box. I hit this motherfucking gin and I'll be all in. Hell yeah, young nigga straight ballin'. And everybody wants to see it from a G weighing 165. And I'm high till I fucking die. Thug life in this motherfucker catching wreck. Big stretch hit me off when I hit the set. But now I'm cool cause I'm tipsy and I feel a nigga trying to see it from a killer. Come on.
Let's get it over with. Yo, sound boy, turn the levels up. Let's get it over with. We run the city. Seven squad up in this motherfucker. Where my real niggas at? My Bronx niggas, my Foss niggas. I see you, little hat. Yo, who wanna spaz out? Crunch time, blow your abs out. Leave you in the fetal position with your ass out. Ready to mash out any
Or maybe it's just like this one, but without the G at the end. There we go.
Whether it's live or flex or in front of the chick, it's not grind down. We really live what you rhyme about. See me posted up in the tunnel with my sounds out. Ice cold like Alaska when I pass it. Got girls shaking, losing their breath as if they catching asthma. Headed to the bar to pop some bottles. Now we in the car, headed home to rock some models. All I hear in the background is Gucci and Prada, but I'm trying to gas these bitches to screw me for nada. We the best that done it, confess you front it. Anybody wanna test, I'ma stretch you want it.
Ese es el problema.
La gente nos está mirando, Pablo. Están preguntando cómo fue que de repente dos comerciantes de Envigado lotaron con tanta plata.
Gustavo, hermano. Usted lave el dinero. Haga que parezca legítimo y ya, hermano.
Looks like most of them are pretty much the same as the last level. Ignore case. That one is interesting. Search for current word for.
The motherfucking world is a ghetto, full of magazines, full clips, and heavy metal when the smoke settle. I'm just looking for a big yellow. In 6-inch stilettos, Dr. Dre. Hello. Percolating, keep 'em waiting while you sitting there hating. Your bitch is hyperventilating, hoping that we penetrate. You get snating, cause I never been to Satan. For hardcore administrating, gangbang affiliating. MC Renner had you wildin' off a zone and a whole half a gallon. Get the dialing, 911 emergency, and you can tell 'em. My son, he's hurting me, and he's a felon. On parole for robbery, ain't no copping a plea, ain't no stopping a G. I'm in the 6, you got to hop in the 3. Company monopoly, you handle shit sloppily. I drop a key properly. They call me the Don Dada, pop a collar, drop a dollar. If you hear me, you can holler, even Rottweiler. Follow the Impala, wanna talk about this concrete nigga? I'm a scholar, the incredible, heterosexual, credible, beg a hoe, let it go. Dick ain't edible, nigga ain't federal. I plan shit while you handpick motherfuckers giving up transcript. Hello, I started this gangsta shit, and it's the motherfucking thanks I get. Hello, I started this gangsta shit, and it's the motherfucking thanks I get.
Villain blows up your spot. Take your notebook, your bitch, and your clock. This motherfucker thought the coochie had a padlock. You slapped her ass, that's alarming. Cause she want my worm like Carmen. We chin check niggas, them thin check niggas. Run trains on gold diggers. Beware these faux niggas. Scaring motherfuckers like Stephen King flicks. Making niggas clear the room like a dyke fleeing dick. Making second to none shit. Nigga like quick. So when I bomb first, nigga, who you rolling with? Fuck that ice on your wrist. Fuck your fine ass bitch. Cause you can lose it in a tussle. Nigga, watch me hustle. Watch niggas kiss my ass without flexing a muscle. Bitches all in the back, their knees waiting to buckle. Same time, same channel, don't change the dial. Niggas for life, fucking your wife, these niggas wild. Hello, I started this gangsta shit, and it's the motherfucking thanks I get. Hello, I started this gangsta shit.
I was confused as well.
It's the motherfucking thanks I get. Hello,
Did I fall off? Got you in your room ripping every chronic poster on your wall off. Just 'cause I put away the
I think I'm gonna try to
just sitting back with a smirk, listening with your arms
pass
crossed,
this
questioning
already.
my credibility, wondering if it's still in me.
It feels like there isn't a lot of new commands on this one.
Got a mansion and 6 cars that I paid for.
I just wanna finish as fast as possible,
Not giving a fuck, selling tapes out of a trunk.
so I can go back to previous ones.
Got the whole world starstruck. Made $1 million plus and still don't give a motherfuck. Motherfucker, I'm Dre. I don't need your respect. I don't need to make another album, bitch. I don't gotta do shit. I do it because I want to, not to stay in the game. Fuck the fame. I'm still staying the same, little bitch. Hello. I started this gangsta shit, and this the motherfucking thanks I get.
hello, I started this gangsta shit, and it's the
I think
motherfucking
this
thanks
is
I get.
this.
Hello, look at these niggas with attitudes.
Yeah. Naive. Boom tracks. A soul chef production. Got me like, don't wanna write this down. I wanna say it while it's like this now. So let me grab the mic. Don't wanna write this down. I wanna say it while it's like this now. So let me have the mic. I'm getting older, I'm no longer the young pro. So ain't no little kid gonna tell me I'm done for. And you ain't even worth it to rhyme to. Just thought I'd go and leave a little note to remind you. In case you wanna stir the pot up, cause a little drama. You don't really wanna battle lots of things you never thought of and never seen. You caught a line and became a fiend. My dope rhyme like amphetamine. You had a dream, the type to make you think you fall through. Who you think you are, you ain't too big to sock to. I kick one, I grab the mic and I spit some. Try to share the soul, laying low in my system. And say whatever, it just don't matter anymore. I know my future is destined to carry on. There's no baggage, it's heavy on. My shoulders are very strong, you know. Don't wanna write this down, I wanna say it while it's like this now. So let me grab the mic. Don't wanna write this down, I wanna say it while it's like this now. So let me have the mic. Don't wanna write this down, I wanna say it while it's like this now. So let me grab the mic.
Do wanna write this down, I wanna say it while it's like this now, so let me have the mic. It's just the same old motif. The heart never safe. Pretty girl's a cold thief. She got away. The way she move make you wanna stay. It's kinda smooth how she stalk or prey. I walk away. Don't blame me if you see me look back though. She fit me to a Texas T. Baby was black gold. And from my rap flow, I thought I had her, but I guess it didn't matter. She didn't think it was that dope. Leave the girl with the woe is me. Just another slideshow.
Yeah, I don't remember this one. Not even sure if I saw this.
For the lady I want, won't that be something? But I worry it would never be. Too many games be played, love. We use it in a phrase like a spelling bee. Putting a spell on me. Hypnotized was the devil in the sky. She decided to hell with me.
Is there this or the exclamation point? Maybe.
You wanna write this down? I wanna say it while it's like this now, so let me have the mic. Do wanna write this down? I wanna say it while it's like this now, so let me grab the mic. Do wanna write this down? I wanna say it while it's like this now, so let me have the mic.
Yeah, this one is the one that I always get it twisted. I think maybe this is the MA. And that was a typo. I think this one is probably either caps lock N or the asterisk. I don't know how to say that.
It is what it is, yeah. GLE, cause that Lambo moving fast. S class, G class, lot of class. In a rocket, and that bitch ain't got no tags. Louis bags in exchange for body bags, yeah. I'm sick of these niggas. Sick of these niggas. Hire some help. Get rid of these niggas. Fuck what it was. It is what it is. Whatever you did, it is what it is, and I'm so tired. I fuck with them all, but I got ties. Knock you off to pay their ties. They want me gone, but don't know why. It's too late for all that lovey-dovey shit.
It's either the asterisk or the caps lock N, but I don't remember. I'm gonna go with this one.
Hey, it's too late for all that lovey-dovey shit. I'm your brother shit, all that other shit. It's too late for all that. Hey, it's too late for all that. Hey, sick of these niggas. Sick of these niggas.
This one I think is this.
I'm not with the rah-rah. I am a da-da. My bitch is Chanel now. Your bitch in a Spada. Yeah, and they shook. Please don't let them fool ya, I don't care how they look. Heard all of the talking, now it's quiet, now it's shush. 29 is coming, they on edge when I cook. Lead the league in scoring, man, but look at my assists. Yes, I be with Future, but I like to reminisce.
No, this one is probably the asterisk.
Try to tell them they ain't gotta do it, they insist. Yeah.
Might have to train this one more actually.
Standing over coffin with a hammer and a nail. Heard you hit up so and so, that name don't ring a bell. Nah, sick of these niggas. Hire some help. Get rid of these niggas. I'm sick of this shit. I'm running a blitz. Whatever you did, it is what it is, and I'm so tired. I fuck with them all, but I got ties. Knock you off to pay their ties. They want me gone, but don't know why. It's too late for all that lovey-dovey shit. I'm your brother shit, all that other shit. It's too late for all that. It's too late for all that. Hey, it's too late for all that lovey-dovey shit. I'm your brother shit, all that other shit. It's too late for all that. Hey, it's too late for all that.
Yeah. And this one.
Yeah, from the top, hit you non-stop. We ain't never gonna fly. Yeah, this that real hip hop, Harry Mack. Your boy Buzz, back at you with the shit you really love. Come on, better turn this shit up. Come on, yeah. Hey yo, my flow's enriching. I hit them from a distance when spitting. It's Harry make these rappers running, better stay hidden. They flipping like flapjacks. I come with
I think it's hard to train these last ones because they're not so useful for me now, because they're more about Vim itself and not the VS Code commands. And I feel like I already learned most of the stuff that is essential to navigate, so
from the streets to the venue, want some Michelin 3-star, get the peep in the menu. We cooking up that heat, we ready to cook. Old school beats and the heaviest hooks. Won't find this in your recipe books. One taste off the spoon, already they shook. I said, crank that heat, we ready to cook. Old school beats and the heaviest hooks. Won't find this in your recipe books. One taste and already they shook. Yo, they already be shook from what we spittin'. All this shit's off the books, it's non-written. They hear the fact and like he must be kidding. No, he must prepare it. Now I'm the one they scared of once they get the living proof. And yo, I spit 200 proof. It's never watered down. I slaughter clowns. That's just my profession. I just be the teacher. When I speak, I teach a lesson. You better understand I spit the shit you couldn't comprehend. Hey yo, it's Harry Mack. Your career is now under, and I push you off the cliff high like spliff, lit like leg chopper. The sickest swag monster. I'm fresh, like veggies out the produce aisle. Hey yo, it's Harry Mack. Been getting so loose since a child, and ain't nothing changed. My lyrics is strange. Leave the whole entire game rearranged with the flames. Yeah, and it cannot be debated. Message is final, press it to vinyl. We properly played it. We turn it up. That heat, we ready to cook. Old school beats and the heaviest hooks. Won't find this in your recipe books. One taste off the spoon, already they shook.
those set ones are kind of easy to remember because they're just the initial of the word. This one I never remember. Okay, it's about the percentage.
Tracking your location, analyzing biometrics, blending materials, customizing your experience,
Floating high, no gravity, it's like we're weightless. Close my eyes and slip away, you're like my therapy. Ain't no sense in time, cause I'm stuck in this moment. Every moment, cause I got you. The ocean got the moon, yeah, I got you. They say nothing lasts forever, but it's cool. Yeah, as long as I got it to breathe. Swear I don't need anything, cause I got you. Like the ocean got the moon, yeah, I got you. They say nothing lasts forever, but it's cool. Yeah, as long as I got it to breathe. Swear I don't need anything, cause I got you.
And something like this. Fuck.
Just judge. I'm spending this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Pushing the top in.
I wish this one had less of the previous ones and more of the new ones.
You gotta hold me down. 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 You gotta tell me it's true. Tell me it's true.
I did my best, wasn't good for you. I wish the best for both of you. Family and friends, they all close to you. Damn, it's so hard to get over you. Late in the midnight hour, you made the worst decisions. I was always there to listen. This time, thank you, talk.
Baby, I'm wasted. All I wanna do is drive home to you, baby. I'm faded. All I wanna do is take you downtown, baby. I'm wasted. All I wanna do is drive home to you, baby. I'm faded. All I wanna do is take you downtown, baby. I'm wasted. All I wanna do is drive home to you, baby. I'm faded. All I wanna do is take you downtown. Take you downtown.
Boys and girls just come and go. I haven't seen you for a minute. I don't like it not at all. One thing that I know is as hard as I try, I can't face the thought of you not being mine. Regardless of the diff, cry for you today. Regardless of the word, you sing but never say. You're always in my mind somehow.
Contemplate, it seems you barely beat the sun. Contemplate, it seems you barely beat the sun.
I think I'm gonna try to do the test. Even though I didn't learn the new ones that well yet. Not sure if that one's is correct. I have no idea about this one. Whatever. I know it's command help, but I don't remember if it's the semicolon. I'm not sure if it's N or caps lock N. I think I'm gonna go this one. Yeah, I don't know. Is this?
College girls give a nigga head in my ride. First alright, so much money, I'll make you laugh. Hey, this they hating, okay, this you know I. Hey, hey, off the juice, Cody got me tripping. Got the coupe, Walker roof is missing. Ice, lemonade, my neck was dripping. Ice, lemonade, my neck was dripping. Addy boys got some 60s in my bag. Lips look like pillow talking on no bag. In my earlobe got 2 carats, VVS. Got a penthouse in Rodeo off the stairs. All this money when I grew up I had nothing. Filled with backstabbing my whole life's disgusting. Can't believe it, gotta thank God that I'm living comfortably. Get checks I don't believe, but she says she down with me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Also, I got this one's twisted, I think, as the other one.
Good day in my mind, safe to take a step out. Get some air now, let your edge out. To some iceberg, you'll be heavy in my mind. Can you get the heck out? I need rest now, got me bummed out. You, baby, baby, baby. I've been on my empty mind, shit. One night it was over, woke up, I was sober. You were done getting closer. I still think about you when I'm feeling
Oh,
I still think about you when I'm with somebody. You've been on my mind. I wish that I could tell you right time. I wish that I could tell you.
this one's the other way around. Yeah, whatever. The last ones are not that important, I think. Maybe they are when I start using Vim, but I'm not gonna be able to train them a lot if I don't find them useful for now. So I think I'm not gonna train them that much, and then I'm gonna train VS Code and PyCharm and Terminal 1. And then maybe in the future when I switch to Vim, I get another subscription and then I train the last ones. So I think I'm gonna start from the beginning and I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna do the tests right away. I'm gonna stop whenever I get wrong. Because that's the place that I probably stopped. I didn't train enough the first time. Unless I get one wrong because of a typo or that I just didn't... that I knew what it was, but I didn't pay enough attention. Because I'm pretty tired right now. And this one I can't get it correct because the keyboard doesn't allow me to. But I know what it is. I honestly thought it was gonna be harder to learn the shortcuts, but it was really easy, to be honest. And this one is the one that I just did. I don't remember which one I was at. I think this one already did. Let me try this one.
Goosebumps every time. I need that line to throw that to the sky.
Is this one the one that I just think?
Those goosebumps every time. Yeah, when you're not around me, throw that to the sky. Yeah. I get those goosebumps.
There's actually not a lot. I didn't realize that most of them are repetitions from previous ones. So there's actually not a lot that I still have to learn. I thought there would be more that I don't remember, but I guess is the only the final ones.
Hate to love it, hate to love the way you keep me burning, burning for your touch when you don't give it to me only when you need it. I know you need it. Don't say goodbye, bye, 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 bye. Stay one more night, 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 night. You make it right. Don't say goodbye.
Whatever. Yeah, I guess I would do this one and this one. Then I'll stop and start studying the... I spent a lot of time on this already. I think I'm gonna separate another day. And I'm gonna do 1 hour for each, maybe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think 1 hour for each. And then it should probably be enough to remember everything. Maybe I'll do geometrically increasing or linearly increasing. So spend 10, then 15. And maybe 10, 15 minutes, 20. Or 10, 20, 30, and so on. There's a typo here, but I knew. So all of these are easy, I think, for me. So I guess I will start from this one probably. I think I'll do this one. If it is easy, I'll start from the other ones. So pretty easy as well. Yeah, so I guess I'll start from this one. I thought it would be harder, honestly. Thought I would have to start here, but it seems like all of these commands I already got it down, so I don't think it's getting to the point that is boring. So I think I already learned it enough, did enough repetitions. Maybe I'll try this one to see if I get it. I think this is the last one that I'll try today. If it is easy, then I'll start from the last 4 ones next time. Yeah, it looks like this one's gonna be easy as well. And this was a typo. typo. So I got a bunch of this wrong at the end, and here, but it was all typos, so I'm pretty comfortable that this is still easy for me. So I think, yeah, I think I'll only do these last 3 ones actually 4 next time. So I am probably gonna spend 1 hour on each one, and then I'll move on to the other ones, to terminal and other stuff. But I think now I'm gonna try to do this thing here. I think what I'm gonna do to learn this stuff is copy Solidity code from maybe Uniswap or other applications, and then step through it and try to understand what each OP code does. Now I think I'm pretty sure that what happens on every Solidity contract is that you have key value pairs initially, and that's how Solidity maps everything. And it does that using M star and S load or S star. I think these 3 are the essential ones, and it is called free memory pointer. And then it sets everything on a dynamic array. Maybe not the dynamic array, but an array of 256 bytes. Or no, 256 uints or something like that. It's pretty much a huge array that has all zeros, and then it does bitwise operations to save the stuff. To do slot packing, which is because it saves everything from slots of 32 bytes. If you have different variables that you want to fit on the same 32 slot, you call slot packing. It's called slot packing, and the way that it happens is through bitwise operations, which is using the not, and or to play around with the bits. And this is something that I didn't understand really well, that is still confusing to me. I don't understand how it works really well. I get that you pretty much do these operations on the same bits that you have, and then at the end of it you end up with the 2 variables packed in the 32 bytes size slot, but I don't understand really well how it actually works and why does it work. And the reason why I don't understand it is I don't get it how it's possible to still have the value saved after you do the bitwise operation, the bit mask, which is using the AND, OR, and NOT. So I have to study that more as well. And I think I'm gonna read the yellow paper also and really understand how the EVM works. So push 1 and store. Also it shows the memory stack and the storage. The only thing about this is that it's hard to understand what's going on because I don't know how to translate this to the... These ones I copy from some articles that I was reading, and I decided to open up here to look at it later. No, because I don't remember maybe I can change here to Solidity and it will show me the code. Oh, there we go. And maybe this is more useful. So I have a count variable, a getter, increment and decrement function. This is public view returns, the other public. And the slots are 0x80 and 0x40 for the free memory pointer. So this is what's happening here. And I guess that's how it does everything. It has this huge array of 256. I think it's true elevated to 256, the size of the array, which is more than atoms on the universe or something like that. And that's why initially everything is 0, because obviously you wouldn't have memory to store everything if it wasn't 0. But because the array is so big, you can fit anything, any data you want. And then the way that Solidity maps things is using this key value pair storage. So, and this passes through the memory pointer. So the memory pointer is the logic, is the gatekeeper, let's say, of the array. And it selects each thing and places each thing on one part of the array in the same way that pretty much in a key value pair format. And this is the reason why in Solidity is also actually not, it costs more to deploy an array than to do a mapping, because arrays work in the same way as mappings because they are key value pairs, and in the other languages it's not like that. So that's one difference that Solidity has. And then once it gets a value to the array, then it updates the free memory pointer. And there's also something with functions, which is every function has a function signature, which is the pointer to the location of the function. So the function is pretty much a jump instruction, and when the compiler hits the jump instruction, it goes to the place where I think it gets the function signature and then goes to the place in memory that the function signature sends to. That has the logic of the function. So here pushes 80. I always get confused as well which value is which, if the 40 is the actual, if the 40 is the value or the key, and vice versa for the 80. But I think it makes more sense for the 40 to be the key and the 80 the value, but I'm not sure. Then calls them store, and it's probably storing the free memory pointer. The other thing that I learned is that the difference between call data and call. So call and call data are functions that you use to call another contract inside of a specific contract. And the difference between them is that call data calls the other contracts as if it was the first contract. So whenever you make changes on the new contract, it's actually going to make changes on the previous one. It's kind of hard to explain. But let's say you have this count variable, and then here you have a call data. So if you make any changes on the new contract, it's actually going to change the count variable on this contract instead of the new one. But if you have a call function, then the changes actually happen on the other contract. And this is why call data is a lot more risky to use, and you need to be very careful, because what also happens is that because you're storing things in slots, so the count 0 will be in slot 0, for example, and then on the other contract you can have another variable on slot 0, and because it maps based on the slots and not the variable, you can change the value of count by changing another variable in the new contract, as long as they're on the same slot. So, and there are some hacks with that, some from Ethernote as well. So here's calling call value. So I guess the first thing that it did was start counts on this stack, but I'm not sure. I guess that what I should do is open the file that has the description of all OP codes and look at them side by side. It's probably going to be better to learn, because just looking at these instructions is not that useful. And here, I guess, the jump I, it's where it starts, the function starts, but I'm not sure. There's also the separation between the contract creation and the execution of the contract when you deploy, but I don't think this is showing that, because this is showing just the contract itself, not the deployment part. Well, there's also a bunch of different articles that I'm gonna read about the EVM, which are probably gonna help, but I think I'm gonna do that off stream. I think these ones I'm just gonna step through. The last one I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look at each upcode to see what it does. I think I'm gonna try to memorize all the upcodes just so I understand what each one does. And I also think I'm gonna look at a bunch of them. So this as constructor, compile, what's the difference? Yeah, but I'm gonna look at a bunch of different contracts, so I don't understand what the difference is of these ones. I guess you can just compile. Yeah, I don't get it. And I think I'm gonna learn more if I get contracts that I actually studied. A very good idea, I think, is gonna be to put the Uniswap contracts on this and step through them, especially the parts that have assembly code. And because I already know the functionality of Uniswap and how everything works, it's gonna help me when associate the way that actually happens on the opcodes and the solidity instructions. Another thing that I noticed as well when I was studying this stuff is that it becomes a lot easier to look at the solidity code. It's kind of when you go into hard mode and then you go back to an easy level. And I enjoy that a lot. But I'm not sure if it's... I'm probably gonna, at some point, I'm probably gonna try to do the same thing or find a similar thing to this for normal programming languages, because I also think it's a lot better once you go through the actual assembly. Everything becomes easier, so I think it's a good idea. I probably should do that. But because I have so much stuff to study and so many things to do, I'm not sure how it's gonna take me some time probably until I get to the point where I can actually spend time doing that. I think you just copy a bunch of... Oh no, this one is different. Oh no, this is the U. It's probably the same contract, yeah. Oh. I got this from articles and I just opened several different links, but I think the links were referencing the same thing. And I didn't realize. So let me put this... Oh, actually let me do the other way around. I'm gonna probably close this. Oh yeah, and this is the Go client. The other thing that I have to do is study the proof of stake. This was something that I was studying a lot as well, which is now they're gonna be proposer builder separation, which is pretty much something, and also KZG commitments and zero knowledge proof is very important to study. I think I'm gonna study that as well. But pretty much the way that it's gonna work on proof of work, the way that things worked is that the miners were responsible for building the blocks and also validating them. But now what's gonna happen is you're gonna have people that build blocks and the others that validate. And the way that they're gonna make this happen is through a technique called data availability sampling, which works through, I think, the same mechanism as zero knowledge proofs. I think maybe it's KZG commitments, but it's very similar. And it's pretty much a polynomial that you get different parts of the polynomial, and then if you get another part, you can verify that the other parts are a part of the polynomial. So let's say you have 6 points that are a part of the polynomial. One becomes the key, and the other 5 becomes one becomes the public, and the other becomes the private. And then you can use these key value pairs to validate, to make sure that the amount of data exists. It's very complicated, actually. I don't understand really. I understand the concepts, but I don't understand in practice how it's gonna work, and that's why I have to study a lot more. But it's pretty much a technique that allows you to verify that the data exists inside of space, and because you can put an infinite amount of data inside of the polynomial, it scales linearly. Not linearly, it's O1 the scale, and that's why it's so good. And then the validators don't need to have the whole block to validate, they just need to have 25% of the block, and with 25% they can make sure that the block is valid, because the data, they can prove that the remaining 75% of the data exists and is valid. And this is the reason why they're going to separate, because MEV is centralizing force, and this separation is going to help mitigate the centralized force of MEV, because block builders have the incentive to extract MEV, and then it becomes the power dynamics of the market economy. And yeah. And then if you separate them, then it becomes more even, I think. Or that's what they are claiming. Because the validators have more power, and I don't understand really well exactly why they're claiming that, but I think it's because different validators is pretty much Nash equilibrium of different incentives, because validators can choose the block builders. Then the block builders can't there can't be collusion, let's say, or they can't agglomerate, because if you allow block builders to also validate, then it becomes a lot harder to do that, and then only people that have a lot of money can do it, and the ones that do it initially scales exponentially because of the market dynamic, so it becomes more centralized. But if you make it so it's easy to validate, then more people will do it, because it doesn't require a lot of hardware, it's not that hard, and there's more competition for block builders then. They have to, but I'm not sure if I agree with this stuff. I think, and I said this before, I think that to some extent blockchains are trying to solve something that is fundamental with, it's kind of like a duct tape solution, because, and it is a really good one, because I think there are advantages to incorporating the blockchain, but I don't think it solves the fundamental issue, because the fundamental issue comes from the market dynamics, and that's just the tendency of the market dynamic in human nature, because it becomes a exponential distribution because of the momentum of mass and computation, and is very difficult to regulate that. And I think that's kind of the evolution that is happening here, and this is why I'm so interested in this, is that the whole MEV thing is trying to solve the market dynamic, which is exactly what I am thinking about most of the time, because I think that's the quest, to understand MEV and to understand the centralizing forces, and how we can create technology to help reach a more balanced position. But I also have to understand and study other chains as well. Because maybe it's a problem from Ethereum. I know that Cardano is supposed to be a better version of Ethereum because the way that it was born, and they have a different proof of stake technique. So it might be the case that it's just a problem with Ethereum that they didn't understand, and the other people already found a better way to mitigate the MEV problem and to find a closed solution. But I think that's not the case, because the solution is probably going to be something that changes the system fundamentally at the market economy level, which is something that is a lot harder to do, and I think is going to involve artificial intelligence eventually. And this is the accounts. Whenever an account is created, it's created with this. Nonce is the number of transactions, balance is the balance, root is the... I don't remember if it's the state root. I think there is a transactions root as well. I know there are two different types of roots, and one keeps track of the transactions. The other keeps track of the blocks, I think. But I don't... I think recite root, maybe? Don't remember really well. So let's see, push one. Oh, I can click on them. Nice. The new value is put on top of the stack, incrementing all the other value indices. The values for a specific opcode have to be pushed in reverse order of the stack. For example, with M star, the first value pushed would have to be value and then offset. Value pushed value aligned to the right. Put in the lowest significant bytes. New value is put on top of the stack, incrementing all the other value indices. Is 2 byte item on stack. So the only difference is the number of bytes between them, but it's the same optical. So it's putting the 80 bytes in the stack. Then puts the 40 on M store. Stack memory storage and flow operations. This one is top of the stack, so push. Stacking offsetting the memory in bytes. Value 32 bytes, value to write in the memory. So this stores in memory. So first pushes the 40 and pushes the 80. I think that pushes the 80 first. I wanna remember if this is the key or the value. I can also, oh yeah, it's here. I have to read this also as well. I'm gonna read all of this stuff. Scratch space for hashing methods currently allocated memory size, aka free memory pointer. Okay, so the 40 is the free memory pointer. 0x 0 is lost. Scratch space can be used between statements, say within line assembly. The 0 slots used as initial value for dynamic memory arrays and should have never be written true. The free memory pointer points to 080 initially. So first pushes the value, which is 80, and then the memory pointer. Elements in memory arrays in Solidity always occupy multiples of 32 bytes. This is even true for bytes 1, but not for bytes and strings. And this is the reason why order matters when you're doing this, when you're declaring variables. Because preferably you want to put variables that fit in 32 byte slots, so that it's more gas efficient. There are some operations in Solidity that need a temporary memory area larger than 64 bytes and therefore will not fit into the scratch space. Free memory pointer. But it still doesn't say exactly what the 80 is. I guess it's just a location. The other thing that I have to study is the bit mask stop. Okay, so 040 is the position, which is the free memory pointer, and 0x8 is a number, decimal, and 28. First four words in memory are reserved for specific purposes. The third word located in memory at position 0x40 is called free memory pointer. Yeah, but what is the 080 value? Whatever, I'm just gonna continue. So M store offset the memory in bytes, value 32 bytes, value to write in the memory. So 40 is the free memory pointer. So first puts the value, then the free memory pointer, and then stores them with M store. Okay, got it. Next, call value. The value of the current call in way. The state changes done by the current contacts are reverted in those cases. Not enough class, stack overflow. Get deposited value by the instruction transaction responsible for this execution. Okay, so it loads the free memory pointer into memory and then calls the value in guess for that, probably. Whatever. Let's go to the next one. Duplicate first stack item. Value to duplicate. First stack item, which is 0. So now it has 080 in memory, which is the giant array. And we call the value. Maybe it calls that value into the stack again, and then duplicates them. I think the reason why I'm having trouble understanding the bit mask, the reason why I'm having trouble with that is because I don't understand the separation between the operations and the stack in memory. It's hard for me to visualize that. So I don't get what's happening when you're running the bit mask operations, what's happening on these other components of the thing. That's the thing that I'm struggling with. And this here is also because I'm probably thinking in the wrong way. Because I don't understand where these instructions are. Where do it's hard to understand what's happening, because everything is a transaction. So how does it go from the transaction into these instructions? But I guess it's just from after I study the EVM more and I understand the code behind the virtual machine, I think that's gonna become more clear. But I think that's where I'm getting confused, because I'm thinking of this as if it is a transaction, but it probably are transactions, but there's different things where these are the transactions, and then the memory and the stack are not completely different, but they are different things, and they are operated in different ways inside the virtual machine. So what actually gets stored in the blocks is not this stuff. This is more the operational part, I think, of the block creation. But it's still really hard for me to understand how it works exactly. And by the current context are revert in those cases. Yeah. And I think I can't go back. Let me run this again. Okay, so pushes 80, pushes 40. Okay. So 80 is the value, 40 is a free memory pointer. Then M star pushes them from the stack into memory. Then duplicates this value probably. Oh, actually, no, because this is not in stack, it's the memory. So why would call duplicate before it has anything on the... it's probably gonna duplicate this E0. It pushes E0 to the stack. Where is this shit? Simple not operator. Okay, so this is the bit mask stuff. So it's probably doing slot packing here. So maybe this 0 here is actually this value that was thrown into the stack with this duplicate 1. Or maybe it's duplicating the 0. Simple not operator. Comparison, no, that doesn't make sense because it's the bitwise operator and not a value. So I guess the only thing that makes sense is that it duplicated the value that was thrown into memory, and now it's doing the bitwise not to slot back that. And push through. So it's pushing second item, I guess. And no, pushing 2 bytes into the stack. Place 2 byte item on stack. The new value is put on top of the stack, incrementing all the other value indices. The value for a specific opcode does have to be pushed in reverse order. So it pushes this value into the stack, which is 10. So first it puts the E0 and then it makes a not shift, a not, and it becomes a 1. And then pushes down. Conditionally alter the program counter. Stack of memory storage and flow operations notes. The program counter PC is a byte offset in the deployed code. It indicates which instruction will be executed next. When an add is executed, for example, the PC is incremented by 1, since the instruction is 1 byte. The push instructions are bigger than 1 byte, and so we increment the counter accordingly. The jump I instruction may alter the program counter, thus breaking the linear path of the execution to another point in the deployed code. It is used to implement functionalities like loops and conditions. Stack input counter byte offset in the deployed code where execution will continue from. Must be a jump dash instruction. B. The program counter will be altered with the new value only if this value is different from 0. Otherwise, the program counter is simply incremented and the next instruction will be executed. This is also really hard for me to understand. I don't understand really well what the program counter is, and I have trouble understanding what the byte offset is. Like, what does this mean on the actual memory here? The actual code. It indicates which instruction will be executed next. So I guess it's the... And also I don't understand why this would be here if there's no... It's probably because of the function, I have to guess. So I think the initial instructions were probably dealing with the counts. And now it's jumping into the instruction, but I'm not really sure. Count is probably this damn value here. Then it's followed by jump test. Yeah, now everything disappeared from the stack. Program counter PC is a byte offset in the deployed code. It indicates which instruction will be executed next. Additionally, alter the program counter. Additionally, alter the program counter. The program counter is a byte offset in the deployed code. It indicates which instruction will be executed next. Okay, so I understand. So the program counter is this number of instructions here, and it's incrementing it because it's gonna jump from one place into the other. So it's jumping instructions. That's what it means, I think. Yeah. So you went from here into here. Now I get it. So the counter is the thing that of the compiler. Each instruction that gets executed increments the counter by 1, and then jump I increments the counter, which makes the thing jump instructions. I get it now. The jump I instruction, okay. Counter byte offset in the deploy code, where execution will continue from, must be a jump test instruction. This part I don't get really well. Oh, I think I get it. So each time I have a jump I, the mapping is going to be a jump test. So it can only jump from jump I to jump test, and it's going to do that by incrementing the counter. I think I get it now. Program counter will be altered by the new value, otherwise okay. Mark a valid destination for jumps. Freeze storage. Mark a valid destination. Okay. And then pops. And popped the not operator, or the duplication of the 0 value there. It's kind of hard to know. The pop, I assume, is taken off the stack. You move item from stack. Yeah. And then there's a push 2, which is pushing 2 bytes into the stack again. Then duplicates them. Pushes 20 to the stack. Pushes 0, code copy. Copy code running current environment to memory. So we're probably gonna copy all this time. For out of bound bytes, zeros will be copied. That's offset by the offset in memory, where the result will be copied. Also, maybe this was these previous instructions here. Offset, byte offset in the code copy, to copy, byte size, to copy. I'm probably gonna read this later. Yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna go through it now. Okay, so it did copy the other values into memory. Push one, pushes the 0 byte, and returns. Huh. So I probably don't, I got some of this stuff incorrectly, I think. It's just kind of hard to understand what's going on just by stepping through this. I think the biggest issue here is that I don't... It would be very good if there was an arrow or something that showed which part of the code is at while you step through this. Maybe there is a way to do this, but I don't know. Or maybe there's another tool, another site that I can look. But just by pushing this, I don't really understand which part is the code here. So the only thing that makes sense to me now is that these are the instructions that were done before are the functions, but that doesn't make sense as well. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Or maybe this is just the deployment part. Yeah, it has to be, I think. So the values have to be the function locations in memory and the count location. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, but I don't understand why it would have the jump instruction here. It's probably because, I assume that it's probably because of the functions, the declaration of functions. But I'm not sure. So it's not really that useful actually. But at least I think it's good. I think the way that I'm gonna learn is that after putting a bunch of different contracts, I'm gonna start seeing the patterns on them, and then I can connect them in my mind, or I can play around with the functions here as well. I guess I can do that. I can just remove this and then compile again and then see what the difference is. So this part is the same. Stan, jump dash. Oh, this part is different. V3. Huh. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do several times, and then each time, whenever I see a different instruction, I'm gonna look here and see what the instruction means. And I'm gonna get a bunch of different contracts from Uniswap, and maybe other contracts as well, like ERC20 tokens. I think that will be interesting. And maybe other projects that I'm gonna study as well, I can put here, and then I can spend a bunch of time looking at each one and looking at all the opcodes, and eventually I think I'm gonna memorize or understand all the patterns and how they work. So that's the plan, I think. But I think I'm gonna stop here today. What I'm gonna do is study the EVM, read the EVM articles that I have. I have a bunch of articles to read. And I'm also working on some other stuff off stream that I don't want to share. But yeah, next time, after I read all of the stuff, next time I'm gonna train Vim. This last 4 here, or this last 3, or maybe 4 hours or something like that, or maybe 3 hours. And I'm gonna train it until I memorize everything from the last ones. And then after I'm done with that, I'm gonna have a list of different contracts that I'm gonna put here and do this stuff that I just talked about. And it's gonna be better to do that later because I will have more knowledge on how the Ethereum, how the EVM works. And also I might read the yellow paper as well before I even do this. I think I'm gonna read the yellow paper on stream with the help of this tool here. Which is the text-to-speech reader. So yeah, not sure when I'm gonna stream next, but yeah, next time that's what I'm gonna do. So see you then.